Welcome back to Learn by LOCI, a podcast where we explore the science and technology that shape our world, our thinking, and our safety. I'm Johnny McCurvey, Head of Communications at LOCI, and with me as always is Samantha Matthews, LOCI's founder and CEO. Hello.
Hello. Great to be back.
I'm excited to get into this because last time we left off with a bit of a cliffhanger. LOCI was about to pilot exit test our evacuation simulator at C-SPAN in North Vancouver, and the pandemic hit. What happened?
Well, when the pandemic started, rather than furlough the team, we decided to keep working. Surprise, surprise, because building momentum on a team is hard, and we were doing such incredible work already. So we got the team together, had a big war room. We did a ton of research, and we discovered viruses live off different surfaces for different amounts of time. Airflow makes a difference, and our reactions and how we communicate matters. And then we just had this huge aha moment where like, oh, it's just like a fire. A virus is just like an invisible fire. Airflow matters. Different surfaces are combustible. Everybody needs to be on the same page and act quickly and smart in a smart way in order to save lives and be safe. So we switched our focus to building a germ safety game. And you can check it out right now. I know you're all dying to play this game. germscience.learnbyloci.com. That's learn by LOCI.com, not K, not Loki, not the god of chaos. This is the method of place. It refers to an ancient memorization technique, the method of loci. So in case anybody's wondering where that comes from, and anyone can play this game. It's so that people can learn the science behind germ safety, and it's really easy to share GSI with anyone. All of the campaign materials to share the game are free on our website, and it's currently available in 6 languages and counting.
So GSI, I really want to make this clear for people, and please help me, because GSI, Germ Science Investigation, sounds a lot like something else.
Yeah, it might sound a little bit like CSI. We totally just a little, and that's on purpose. Like, we're waiting for our cease and desist letter. We really wanted to, when I was thinking about what a story world that lends itself to investigating an environment or thinking of high touch surfaces, well, like thinking of somebody looking for fingerprints, that's where someone touched. I thought of a crime scene investigator, and this is so a part of our pop culture. Like, there's so many shows about, the CSI, there's however many spin-offs of CSI. And so it really puts you into this headspace where you're thinking about an environment and who shares it and what's been touched.
Right. Yeah. So it's the detective mindset is what we were hoping to cultivate in people. And I think that, to this day, it makes me laugh.
It's funny because it also helps people, like, if you're the investigator, you're in the driver's seat, right? And this is a huge part of why we make these games. We want to change people's behavior. And when you go through this information yourself, when you're the one investigating, when you're the one answering these questions, you're the one in charge. You're not dealing with some authority figure telling you what to do. You're learning the facts for yourself and making decisions for yourself. And then that's ultimately the only thing that will change people's behavior.
Yeah, because it's a form of empowerment rather than ordering people around, right?
Exactly.
And we know, as autonomous adults, people, they want to make their own choices, and I think that, like, we want to feel certain and we want to know that we're making good choices. But part of the reality of the pandemic was that information was changing constantly all the time. Safety orders were getting updated regularly. There was debates over what was right to do in terms of safety and what was not. And people everywhere, everyone we talked to expressed confusion from the top to the bottom. It seemed like, the government officials weren't in sync. Public people on the street weren't in sync. Everyone was confused. And so part of the problem that we noticed was that the way that we share information goes bad because we fix it in place. We print out a PDF and we put it on the wall, or we post something on a website and we don't update it. And one of the things that we made sure to do when we created Germ Science Investigation was we made it dynamic and updatable so that we could change the game as new science came to light. And this was a tool to educate the public at scale and keep them up to date.
Yeah, give them the right information, and not make them print out something new, and sort of keep some consistency there so that there's no room for that distrust to seep in. The pandemic also showed us that how, yeah, like it didn't just show us how we give information is broken, but it also exposed and deepened existing inequalities in our communities. And this was really brought to light to us when we were contacted by a very passionate teacher from a Title I school district in California, who asked us if we could make Germ Science Investigation even more accessible to her students in their languages. But also, she comes from a Title I district in Southern California, and Title I districts in the US are school districts in or around extreme poverty that face a lot of extra issues other school districts don't have to face, and they receive extra funding from the government. But the statistics that she shared with us about her district and her school were dire. 80% of the students there are functionally illiterate. And that doesn't mean that they can't read. It just means that they have a hard time connecting concepts together. And so she was really excited about our game because it has a visual style, and it's engaging. And when you start to add words to a button or with a picture behind it, now that context is there, and kids who have are functionally illiterate can actually understand and put these concepts together and start to learn in a way that's far more memorable and engaging than, you know, a teacher telling them what to do.
100%. And Terry's enthusiasm for GSI was such it just was filled our sails with wind, kind of, you know, we're like,
yeah,
like the challenge of reviewing the content that we had created that we thought was, you know, sufficiently clear, and putting it under this microscopic lens of, can anyone understand this, was such a, you know, from a communications perspective, such a cool challenge. And so, you know, reviewing reading level, grade level for the questions. Is this as clear and simple as we can make it so that we can give this to kids of all ages and literacy levels? And then, because we wanted to make it as accessible as possible, we also want to offer it in as many languages as possible. So we then had to also review our language with an eye to, can this be translated? Does this make, will this translate into multiple other languages, retain its meaning? And then also with languages that use, you know, different kinds of characters, like, will it fit in the screen?
Yeah, will it fit on a button, right? Because this is the other thing. Like, we made this this is a game that's delivered over the web. You do not have to download anything. When we say we made this as accessible as possible, we made this as accessible as possible. Like, you can get this link shared through text, you can scan a QR code, it'll just work in whatever browser you have. But imagine, like, the just from a design perspective, like, the communication's one thing, now you translate it into Cantonese and all the characters are different sizes and they're falling off the buttons, and it's like you've got this big of a screen to put all this information into. It was a challenge for everyone on the team, from communication to development to UI UX. We all were trying to figure out the best way to get there, but you know what, we did it.
Yeah, we did. And I'm really excited for people to start playing it everywhere and translating it into their languages, and you know, getting more of that data about their gameplay experience, because it's going to teach us so much.
Yeah, it's so exciting and it's so rewarding. I think it was the most rewarding thing for me as a founder, was to see the game being played by kids, like little Spanish kids, seeing it in Japanese, like seeing something you've been created, that you've created available to in this beautiful way, and something that you don't even understand, is very exciting. And we made it so that it's really designed to be shared. we are not, we don't get anything out of this other than learning how to make more accessible games and make our game engine better. We have enterprise customers where we have our own company and our own revenue model that is outside of this campaign. This campaign really was us wanting to use what we have to raise awareness for this type of learning with our system, and to get everybody back into buildings so we can give them their evacuation training.
Oh my God, sneaky get back to work tool.
We can get back to work so we can do our business we started off with, please.
Oh man, don't tell them that. I mean, ultimately, we want everyone to play GSI because safety is our jam, and the pandemic brought this new kind of risk to our lives, and we care and we want people to be safe. So we made GSI for absolutely everybody, but thanks to Terry, we realized that students do need our support the most. So we've been focusing on a rollout that is suitable for classrooms, but truly anyone can introduce GSI to their workplace, their family, their friends and community.
Yeah, you can go to our website, germscience.learnbyloci.com, and we've made it like super easy. Like if you want to send this out as a campaign to your school, if you want to print out posters, if you want to post on social media, all of that content, all of that copy has been organized for you with hashtags, with really cool content and media and videos. So you can run your own germ science campaign for free. Just go to our website, get the assets, share it, share it, share it, because we want to spread facts,
not germs.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks everybody for listening. Thank you, Sam, for being here. We really hope everyone will play GSI and share with everyone you know. Learn by Loci is our monthly podcast and newsletter about making the world a better, safer place using the most powerful computer of all time, your brain. And so you can subscribe to catch the next issue, and where you'll be learning how to store 1 million gigabytes of information in your head. Until then, on behalf of everyone at Loci, stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye.